Well, all right, let's talk about the Dolphins and their offensive performance, which was a good performance by them, I thought, even though they ended up falling just short. And listen, it was not a perfect performance. We're going to talk about the negatives as well, but I still feel like this was a bounce-back game, as the Dolphins have kind of been struggling a little bit. Granted, you get the loss, you don't feel great about that, but it's Buffalo. Buffalo's a good team. You can't beat them every time. But let's talk about what they did poorly and also what they did well. It was mostly well, although we are going to start off with a negative. Let's start off with this play. So it's going to be a zone coverage play, and you see how the concept can work. You have a play action that the Miami Dolphins are going to be running. And so if Tyreek Hill running over the middle, that's definitely a route that can work out, but it's actually going to be the route over towards the top of the screen, all the way to Tua's right. That's the route that Tua's mainly going to look at, as again, you get kind of those players who are over the middle to move in with the play action, which is also going to be a very half-hearted play action, which Miami likes to do sometimes. Sometimes, just a split second is all it takes. Get guys out of position, throw over the top of them. Right when this play begins, it's just good defense from Buffalo. I mean, you see that player right away. Reddit gets over there. So again, they're probably doing film study. They know at the end of the day, you don't have to fear the running game as much as you have to fear the passing game for Miami. But on a 3rd and 1, still really incredible stuff by them to not get fooled too badly on this play action to cover this route up. So Tua goes to somewhere else, and at this point, he's in trouble, right? You see pressure coming, and I think it's totally fair to say at this point that you can't blame Tua, right? This is a bad play, this is a bad situation, and things are not going to go well here on a 3rd down and 1, but you don't want to give up on a play, right? It's 3rd and 1, you want a touchdown, you're playing Buffalo, you got to try to make something happen, but I think that there's going to be a mistake here from Tua. I do. Not a massive one, an understandable one, but still a mistake. The key thing to watch is how he's holding onto the football. He just has one hand, his left hand, on the ball. And watch as he scrambles, he never puts that second hand on the football, so he ends up actually losing it. Now, again, who cares? You recovered, no big deal. But again, I don't evaluate what happened. I evaluate what could have happened. I evaluate what the player actually did. If a player makes a great throw that's dropped, I still give him credit for it. All that kind of stuff. To me, this is a mistake from Tua that luckily did not bite them, as they were still able to get the field goal there. But again, you'd like to see him, I think, put the second hand on the ball there. Just kind of something you have to do in that spot. We also have something like this, that this is going to be a great test for if you're a Tua fan or a Tua hater, what side do you take on this play is going to determine if you, if you're not sure if someone's a Tua fan or a Tua hater, show them this play and ask their thoughts on Tua, and you'll figure it out, because it's a one-on-one matchup on the outside of Jalen Waddle. Hey, Jalen Waddle, he's good. Throw to him when you have one-on-one matchups on the outside. That makes sense. So Tua takes a snap. Tua does what he should do, fires right away towards Jalen Waddle, and you see, this is wide open. However, Tua's throw, bit underthrown. It's a bit underthrown. Again, I'm sure some of these, Tua haters will say, oh my God, that was so massively underthrown. What a terrible decision. What a terrible thing by Tua. Justin Herbert would never. And then I'm sure that the Tua fans are going to say, he made the throw. What are you talking about? It's a big gain down the field on a 3rd down and 5. I kind of side a little bit more with the Tua fans on this one. It's a 3rd and 5. Don't worry about hitting him in stride. Make sure you get the completion. Yes, you would love a touchdown there. Yes, it was a tad underthrown, obviously, but better to be a tad underthrown than to be overthrown and have it fall incomplete, because he was so open. And that was on Tre'Davious White too, so give Waddle a ton of credit. Also, something like this was a very fascinating play, so it's going to be it looks like a cover 3 zone blitz, I believe is what's happening here. So you see the route on your screen, definitely a route that can potentially work. There should be a bubble to throw to, and especially when it is Tyreek Hill, who's the guy there. Yeah, sure. Look in that direction for sure. Tua takes the snap. Tua is going to look in that direction. He is going to fire in that direction. And you see right here, it's not wide open. This is going to take a perfectly timed throw. That's the thing about Tua is, there's always this talk about his arm strength, and I still stand by, not the biggest arm in football. I think that's fair to say. I think even Tua stands will acknowledge that. But if you can time stuff up perfectly, you are going to be okay. And this is very well timed by Tua to be able to get the completion there to Tyreek Hill. And again, great play by Tyreek Hill. Of course, Tyreek Hill is amazing. We all know that. So, and also again, I feel like I say this, a lot, because I think it's true, is that Tyreek Hill does not get enough credit for his contested catch ability. He's not just a guy who gets separation. He gets separation better than anybody, but he's also a great contested catch guy on top of it. Now let's go over to this play. So this is going to be a 3rd down and 4, and it's a Jalen Waddle running a route that's supposed to get into a gap in coverage over the middle. I think there might have been a blown coverage or something because, the broadcast brought up how there was kind of communication happening right when this play started. But watch how when Tua takes the snap, you're going to see that Waddle just gets wide open right here. I mean, look at that. That's as open as it gets in the NFL. Tua, to his credit, makes the accurate throw, but look at Waddle also after the catch, just have that speed to blow by the safety that, let's be honest, a lot of guys would not have that speed to do. So, hey, really great play from Waddle. Whatever you want to say about, the defense on that play, a good offense puts defense in positions to fail, and that's what the Dolphins offense did on that play. And then going over to this play too, this was the play that put them up here late in the 3rd quarter, where it's going to be it's a cover 1 play. It's a cover 1 blitz. That's the coverage that the Bills are running, which, I had talked about, hey, maybe this is the coverage you should start playing the Dolphins against, because Tua is so good at picking apart zone. Maybe you start doing stuff like this, which can, make it not as easy for him to pick apart that zone coverage. The obvious issue with blitzing like this is it's going to leave Tyreek Hill one-on-one on the outside, which is just never a good situation. The second Tua sees this, right now, Tua's decided he's going to throw to Tyreek Hill, but watch what Tua does with his eyes. Watch him look to the other side of the field, which he was never going to do, but just to freeze the safety for a little bit potentially, and you see Tyreek Hill is open. He's blown by the corner, Tre'Davious White, who's covering him. Maybe not the best day from Tre'Davious White, but also, hey, tough assignment that he's got for himself, for sure. But as you see, perfect throw from Tua. Safety and White could not make the play. Hill could, and they're able to get the touchdown on that play, and that's just why, again, stuff like that, it's why this Dolphins team is so difficult to stop, is that if the best case scenario, if the coverage you're the worst at, you still are leaving Tyreek Hill one-on-one against, that's a pretty good offense, and, that's why they're able to score a touchdown here. So, yeah, I mean, again, as a whole, I think there's been a lot of, Tua actually sucks. Once Tua plays these good defenses, he can't really thrive. Well, hey, Tua just put up 29 points in the freezing cold weather against Buffalo. That's pretty impressive, I would say. Of course, you would have loved to see him come away with the, you'd love to see him come away with the victory in this situation. I think that's totally fair to say. But there's not that much more he could have done. There was a couple plays here and there, but even the negative I had at the beginning of this video didn't actually end up hurting him too much. I thought he played pretty well, and I thought that, he played well enough to get the victory. The offense played well enough to get the victory, and I think the Dolphins have shown they are a legit contender. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.